Hey guys. Hey. Hey, we have Geeta. How you doing? We have Colleen Griffiths. Hi. And Country Woods. Okay. Reading for relationship and love. So is this a singles read? So you're looking for love, Geeta? Let me know. Let's see. Second marriage. Oh, so you want to know about a relationship? Hey, energy from stars. So just be really clear with your questions, guys, because they do dictate what decks I use. If you saw my table, and I won't show you because I've got cards everywhere, it's just easier if you tell me what you want to know, because I've got about 1 million decks to choose from, and I will choose according to your question. We've got my general decks that we can use. We've got a few new decks I can use tonight for those of you who are just wanting one card free. A beautiful new deck I'll show you. It's quite a large deck. It's kind of hard to shuffle, but it's the 100 Divinations for Uncertain Days. It's a beautiful deck. So, and it's not like really a deck that I would use in typical readings. Oh, thank you so much. I'm reading energy, Isaiah. So I read energy, I channel people's energy, and I receive messages from spirit. And my favorite tool to use to communicate with spirit are the cards, and you don't have to believe it's true. That's on you. I'm not here to convert people. Anyway, so I actually haven't used this new deck yet, but it's quite unusual. I don't know how I'm going to use it yet, because like, look, some of the messages are really quite obscure. I'm just going to remove people who want to preach. I'm just not in the mood. So I'm just going to read Impeccable Witness. Wonderful to catch you. I'm considering moving on to a friend's rural property. Ooh. It's a good question. Anyway, this deck, I want to show you guys so you know what I'm working with. This card says, trust that the hardships of the heart are a symptom of being awake to the full feeling of being alive. The glowing seeds of deeper liberty that blossoms into wilder and more beautiful bows of being. So I don't know, like I don't know how I'm going to incorporate this deck into my readings just yet. Okay, so I don't really identify as a witch, to be honest. I'm a healer. I'm an energy reader. I'm a tarot reader, whatever you want to call me. It's really none of my business, really. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Okay, so I want to get going with my readings. If you have a question, go for it. Comment your question. But as I said, the clearer the question, the better for you. I can pick a deck that would help you more and give you a clearer answer. So you guys are funny. Oh my goodness. Okay, so some of you look like you're new to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. All right. Hey, Abdul. Walter, that's a very profound question. I mean, I need something more specific than that. Let's have a look. How will be my life partner? Okay, I'm gonna give you Aisha, I'm gonna give you some tips on how you can meet a partner. Okay. All right. Let me see. What does Aisha need to know, please, Spirit? What does Aisha need to know in terms of meeting someone? What does Aisha need to know, please? All right. I feel like you need to get out more for starters, because you've got retreating, and this card says your fear of being hurt has made you retreat. It's time to get out and try again. And I feel like because you're single and you don't get out much, you've allowed negative thoughts to fester. And the next card that fell out is fated to be alone. It says somewhere along the line you gave up on love because you think you're meant to be alone, but it's simply not true. You need to let go of those negative thoughts. And also, when you do get out there, don't try to project a perfect image. Just be yourself, okay? Trust others more and let them into your heart. I'm picking up guardedness, okay? So I feel like you just need to get out, mingle, make an effort, okay? That's what's coming through pretty strong for you. Oh no, Leonard's in hospital. Let me know if you have a question. Thank you, Jet, who's talking about Margot Robbie. I'm actually older than her, so I like to joke that she looks like me, not the other way around. Okay, thank you for your donation. Do you have a question for me? Okay, let's have a look. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with these comments. Will my pain heal? All right, let's get some general messages for you, Leonard. It depends who you ask. Someone just said, can tarot cards actually tell the future, or is it just a scam? Of course, there's plenty of scammers out there. My job isn't really to tell the future. I'll tell you, yes, the cards can predict things, but the value of tarot lies in the ability of a good reader to tell the person in front of them what's currently going on, like based on the current energies, which can change, and everyone has free will. So yes, I believe in fate and destiny, but yes, I believe in free will as well. You know, who said that they have to be, they can coexist, all right? So they weave together, and if you have a good hold on what's currently going on in the current energies, you can make better decisions, and that's what the tarot is here for. Anyway, I'm not here to school people. If you don't know what tarot is about, it's up to you if you want to look into it. But yes, there's a lot of scammers out there. It's like the same as any other industry. Lots of real estate agents are scammers. You know, used car salesmen. Think about it like that. So, but not everyone is going to scam you. So back to Leonard, who's in hospital. I want to get you a message, Leonard. Let's have a look. I feel like, Leonard, you would benefit from listening to, what's his name? What is his name? Just bear with me a second. He wrote that book about how to stop the habit of being yourself. Hang on, what is his name? It's escaped me all of a sudden. Just habit of being yourself. Joe Dispenza, okay? Get some YouTube videos of him going on He healed himself from pretty severe physical injuries just through the power of his mind. So I think that that would be beneficial for you, Leonard. Anyway, let's see what Spirit has for you. Let's see what Spirit has for Leonard. I hope all of you are keeping safe. We've had some pretty horrific things going on in Sydney, as you probably have heard. Oh wow, this probably applies to you. You've got, if you feel like you've been in the sitting life, you feel like you've been sitting in the waiting room of life, watching doors slam in your face while others walk through theirs. Remember that delay does not mean denial. Sometimes we're held back not because we're forgotten, but because we are favored. So I feel like there's some blessing in disguise going on in your life. And perhaps whatever injury or whatever illness you're suffering from that has caused you to be in the hospital right now has stopped you going down the wrong path. You know, maybe this was to force you to reevaluate the direction in which you were headed, because you have a card here about the need not to allow temptation to overrule your intuition. So possibly before you got to hospital, you were easily lured by promises of ease or elevated status or adventure or lust. You know, you were allowing temptation to rule your life, and now you're forced to reevaluate. You're incapacitated. So it's like Spirit has literally stopped you from being able to traverse down a path that you were going down. So they're wanting you to find a new perspective. You know, don't feel like you're being punished. Don't feel like life is happening to you. It's happening for you. They're wanting you to cut through the fog of self-pity. Okay, look at how the world is feeding your internalized story back to you and understand it's not personal. An evolved person makes adjustments and does the self-healing work and seeks opportunities to practice their new actions, and in doing so learns the lesson. So I feel like you were investing your energy in things that weren't conducive to your well-being or a successful life. So I feel like this is all happening for your benefit, okay? All right, I don't know why people like Murph bother to like stop in, because they've got no business on my channel. I'm going to hide that user on my channel. Bye. I don't know where my moderators are tonight, but that's okay. I can do two things at once. All right, so Lyra, who says, how much longer until I meet my potential life partner? Great question. I can tell you when Spirit wants to tell you when, like, I can tell you when there's going to be a positive development in your love life. Let's put it that way. But I feel like a more valuable message for you would be what you can do to speed up the manifestation. So I'm going to do 2 decks for you. Lucky you, Lyra. When is there going to be a positive development in Lyra's love life? You've got next couple of weeks. I feel like you're still letting go of a past experience, to be honest. But I feel like December is quite fortuitous for you in terms of meeting someone. They're wanting you to have faith because divine timing is at play. Have faith because divine timing is at play. I feel like, so it's summer for me here in Australia, right? And I feel like you're in America, are you? I just feel like you're in the northern hemisphere, because they're showing me winter and summer. So for me, it's summer. For you, it's probably winter. I feel like the winter months are looking quite fortuitous for you. Let's have a look at what you can do. Does Lyra need to see, please, Spirit? What does Lyra need to see? Oh, I'm looking at, there's 33 people watching, 30 likes, so I can see 333 on my screen. Okay, so Lyra, you have being a victim. So Spirit is wanting you to empower yourself. Instead of feeling as if you're a victim of, I don't know, today's dating scene, or feeling like your external circumstances are working against you, I want you to change that narrative, because this card says that you feel helpless to change your love life, but you can change whenever you want. A change in attitude will shift what's actually happening for you in your love life, okay? Yeah, see, this is the attitude that you need to change. In your head, you think it's too hard. You believe that it has to be hard, but it doesn't. Let love flow naturally into your life. So I want you to start reprogramming your mind, and instead of expecting roadblocks and obstacles and difficulties, I want you to expect ease, okay? It takes time. It's not realistic to pivot from, to extreme thoughts. But if you pivot slowly to a better feeling thought and then a better feeling thought, you can shift your belief, okay? You're welcome, Leonard. I hope you feel better. Hey, Lance. Hey, Tony. Libra Moon. Awesome. Let me see. Hi, Jupe. Michael, that's not very nice. Honestly, I'm not trying to look like Margot Robbie. As I said to you earlier, I was born first, so she looks like me. And don't imply that I'm trying to like copycat her, because it's not even the case. But thank you for the backhanded compliment anyway. You're welcome. It's funny that you should say that there's a resemblance to Erica Kirk as well, because she's a Scorpio like me. So we have the intense, stare, the intense eyes, the penetrating eyes, All right, let's have a look. Thank you, Tony. Possible restoration of relationship with my ex. Let's have a look at that. Let's see what you need to know. See the Grey 7204. Let's have a look. What do you need to see about this relationship? Eight of Pentacles. There's work to do, but I find the Eight of Pentacles can be quite encouraging for people who want to reconcile, because it means that you can work things out, right? But it is going to take effort and commitment. Let's see. Angels and Spirit, please show me, what does this ex want? What does this ex want, please, Spirit? Oh, got the Nine of Wands. I feel like they haven't given up, but this is fatigue. This is the wounded warrior. Okay, so they feel like they've been tested by this relationship. They don't know if they have it in them to give it another go. They've got their guard up now as well. So the Nine of Wands can be like some trust issues. Let's just see what you should do, as in like, what's your advice? Angels and Spirit, please show me, what is See the Grey's advice? The Chariot in the reverse. What I would say about this card is don't make any moves, okay? Because this is a card about momentum and charging ahead. But it's also a card about direction. I feel like you should really ask yourself, are you and your ex really wanting the same thing in the future? Are you moving in the same direction? Like, do you have enough in common? Okay, use this time apart to evaluate whether the two of you are moving in the same direction. Okay, let's see what is the most likely outcome. Don't stress or overthink or obsess about it either. Okay, the Nine of Swords in the reverse is saying you just need to just give it a rest, take your mind off it for the time being. Okay, it's amazing how things can just fall into place when we stop obsessing over something. Strength in the reverse. Don't try to wrangle like an outcome here. Don't try to be in control. If it's meant to be, it will be, is the attitude that you should be taking. The Strength card talks about control. You can see how the woman is trying to tame the lion. And the lion represents our animalistic instincts and desires. So you're going to need to control your emotions, you know? Get to a place of acceptance and allow things to be as they need to be. That's kind of what I want to say with the Strength card in the reverse position, particularly because you got the Chariot in the reverse. Both cards, when seen together, talk about control, because in the Chariot, you've got a man who's steering the vehicle. In the Strength card, you've got the woman who's trying to tame the lion. So just take your desire to control away, okay? So, and let this situation unfold naturally. Let's see I just want to do this deck here. What is the main barrier to a successful reconciliation here? What is the main blockage in this relationship, please? What is the main blockage? Got anger coming through. Use this fire to transform, not destroy, and release the chains of the past mistakes and embrace the growth that they bring. So let go of any regrets and remorse and shame. Okay, and let the dust settle. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. Okay, actually, I would disagree with you. Superior Mind 666. So you said that you think tarot is more effective when you know the person. I feel like if you know the person that you're reading for, it's harder because you let your thoughts get in the way. If I'm reading for a complete stranger, a complete random, I don't know their situation and I don't have any preconceived ideas about their situation. So I can read the cards and the energy completely blind. And so I'm relying on source. I'm relying on spirit to tell me what the situation is. So I can't agree with you. Okay, so let's see. Daniel says, should I move abroad? Let's have a look at what the tarot says. Should Daniel move abroad, please? You got the Eight of Swords in the reverse. The Eight of Swords in the upright talks about overthinking and fears keeping you paralyzed, okay? So in the reverse position, Spirit is wanting you to liberate yourself from all of the restrictions that you think are blocking you from moving. So I feel like maybe you're stopping yourself from moving, even though your soul wants you to move, because you're worried about maybe finding a job. You know, you're letting all these fears, irrational or rational, get in the way. So I feel like you need to think about everything that could go right rather than think about everything that could go wrong. I think you need to be open to the possibilities rather than focused on, you know, as I said, what could go wrong. I'm going to bond, hide as my new. Show me, how does this person feel towards man? How does this person feel towards man, please? Ooh, the moon. Underneath the moon, you've got the Page of Swords. So Spirit is wanting you to observe and trust your intuition, because not everything is as it seems when the moon card is here, okay? So let's clarify. How does this person really feel towards Nan? So things are being hidden under the surface. Okay, just bear with me. I'm getting some messages that I just want to clarify before I talk about them. I'm getting addictions. This person has some addictions. And a lack of confidence, which they may use a mask to cover up. So they might come across as like ultra confident, but under the surface, I feel this person has some pretty strong insecurities. Let's just put it that way. Okay. So what I'm getting is the problem with this guy is he doesn't know where he's headed in life. We've got the King of Wands in the reverse. And this is what I tell people whenever I see the King of Wands in the reverse. And it makes sense next to the moon card, which is uncertainty, right? You can't expect clarity or certainty with any person who can't even give it to themselves. So if you're dealing with someone who's not clear about what they want, where they're going in life, how do you think they're going to be able to give you clarity about what they want in terms of this relationship? It's just not even possible. So that's what I'm getting with this person. Let me just get advice for you just quickly. I'm going to use this. Where is that deck? Here it is. Okay. What does Nan need to see about this connection? Yeah, and because I feel like I want to burp, so it's like Spirit is saying there's a communication blockage going on here. I feel like you're going to be dealing with someone who's quite avoidant. So things may continue with this person, but then as soon as things start to get serious, or as soon as you start to get attached or catch feelings for this person, I feel like they might run. And don't try to prove your worth. It'll be pointless and will waste your energy. So they're saying, be honest with yourself here. Do you really genuinely like or love this person, or are you just wanting their approval? Are you wanting them to choose you? Are you in love with the character you want them to play in your life? This is not a time to live in a fantasy so that you don't have to face reality. It's time to see things clearly, the moon, so that you can make the choices and changes that will manifest what it is that you want. So I hope that that was helpful. Thank you, Liz. So is Libra Virgo a person you want me to ask about? Or you want to know about the compatibility between Libra and Virgo? Let me know. Hi, Kevin. Oh my God, what is wrong with the people today? Goodbye, Ciro, whatever your name is. Okay, I'm just waiting for Liz to clarify that question. Okay. Liz, I just want you to clarify, is Libra Virgo a person or you're in a relationship? Okay, let's have a look. Okay. Liz, let's take a look at this relationship. What does Liz need to see about this connection? Still needing to burp from that previous reading. Angels and Spirit, please show me what's going on. What does Liz need to see when it comes to this relationship, please? Getting unfinished business. Look at that. 10 of Swords in the reverse. Is the ex a friend? Is the ex still in the picture? I just feel like when I need to burp, it's like something's not being expressed. No, I'm not married actually. I nearly was married, but I didn't marry him, thank goodness. So Liz, go back to Liz. Angels and Spirit, please show me. What is this unfinished business? Am I going back to red hair? It's pretty like coppery at the moment. In this lighting you can't really see, but I was thinking to myself the other day, geez, it looks red again, and I was going for more blonde. But anyway, never say never in answer to your question. Is it Orion? How are you going? So Liz, problem is I don't feel like this person he's either not financially stable or he's not reliable. You can't really count on this person. Maybe he's not invested in this relationship. King of Pentacles in the reverse. Let me see what the oracles say. Nathan's here. Do I ever read for myself? Good question. I try to, but sometimes, well, most times I'm biased because I ignore what I don't want to see. But yes, I do sometimes read for myself. Is my partner real or false twin flame? Look, I have my own beliefs about twin flames, okay? I feel like people use that as an excuse to stay with people who are toxic. So I stay away from the whole twin flame thing. I believe there are multiple soulmates. Soulmates are here to teach us about ourselves and about what we want in terms of love. And we will attract the best soulmate according to how evolved we are as a soul. So if you keep working on yourself and being the best version of yourself, you're going to be attracting a better quality soulmate. Okay? So I don't really believe in there being one person that you're destined to be with, okay? So let me go back to Liz. Sorry, Liz, we keep getting interrupted. Liz, can you just comment with a heart or something so I can pick up your energy again? Okay. Thanks, Liz. All right, what does Liz need to see? What does Liz need to see, please? What does Liz need to see about this connection? I feel like there's some issues. Yeah, it's like this connection has fully triggered you. You've got a card that says, if your mind is flooded with memories and thoughts of a pain-filled past or a not-so-promising future, change your mind. You've become swept up in thinking things through and stuck in the logic of decision-making. Just choose based on what you're feeling right now, and don't worry about how it will all work out. Commitment means that you know there is time for the broken things to heal. This means we don't run away from conflicts or broken feelings, but instead we move forward to heal those things. Your advice is that you're worthy of well-being and happiness. Be careful with your own heart. Treat it as the divine gem that it is. Stay true to yourself and don't settle for anything less than what is best for your soul. Don't turn to that which cannot truly support or nourish you to meet your needs. So I feel like you're probably not with someone who brings the best out in you. You're probably with someone who triggers you a lot. And while that has value, you know, if you want to do some soul searching and if you want to, I don't know, bring old pain to the surface for release, it's, you know, nothing is wasted. But do I think that this person will be able to keep you, like, you know, will be able to make you happy in the long term? Definitely not. I feel like this person triggers, well, let's just say you don't feel safe with this person. That's why this card is here saying that you're worthy of well-being and happiness. Maybe you're just staying with this person out of a fear that you're not going to meet someone who you're as attracted to, or you're afraid of being alone. But that would be self-betrayal, right? So I hope that that resonated. Hi, Cara. All right, let's see. Who have we got? Ooh, we've got another Scorpio in the house. Oh, boxing for Naz. Oh, that's good. I'm glad that I helped you. I have a Cancer moon, Tony. Moon in Cancer, Pisces rising, Scorpio sun, and my Venus is in Sagittarius, which is important because that's how I am in relationships. I won't bore you with my whole birth chart though. Hey, Dr. Zeus from New Zealand, how you doing? Capricorn in the house, howdy. We've got Sandra, a Libra, Adrian, a Sagittarius. Love my Saggies. All right, so let's do looking 80-30. We'll get you a general message. You know what? I might use this new deck. I don't know what I think about it just yet, but let's see what it has for you. Aquarius, Scorpio, Virgo. Ooh, I love it. Okay, so looking 80-30. Let's see what your guidance is. So this is the messages from the angels. Ooh, you got you belong. Stop looking for somewhere to belong or someone to belong to. You belong simply because you're alive and no one can complete you. You're already perfect, whole, and complete just as you are, and you are so loved and lovable. You don't need to be more deserving of love because you already are love. There is no search required. Let the love that you are lead you to the beautiful places that resonate with you and souls with whom you can share your already blessed life. Okay, let me know if you have a question. I'm going to just choose people that have questions. I love you too. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Sagi's rule, I agree. Will I become a millionaire? All right, I think I'm going to pull you a card from the manifestation deck. Okay, we're just going to block people who are just disrespectful. So thank you, moderators. Thank you, Angelica. All right, so the secret language of manifestation. Is it Piyush? I don't know how to say your name, sorry. Let's see, the one that wants to become a millionaire. Let's have a look. What does Piyush need to see in relation to manifesting prosperity? This is a new deck as well that I got today. So, you know, this is just an excuse because I really don't need any more decks. But because I have so many, no one is brave enough to buy me any for Christmas. So I buy my own for Christmas. That's my excuse. So let's see. You've got picture your goals. Now, this is a really good piece of advice. If you want to manifest something, don't obsess about it, you know, because sometimes we resist what we want so much, you know. You kind of have to just know what you want and then hand it over to the divine, but then visualize having $1 million in your bank account, you know, because if you can think it, it's possible, okay? And our thoughts create our reality. So picture your goals in your mind, clarify your intention for your desires. Let me just see if I can get anything further from this card, but we won't go too much into it. It says there is no need to know the way towards your goal. So just let the divine work it out for you. And enjoy the journey and open your awareness to synchronistic events that you can embrace with action. Dream big, and you are. Because, you know, being a millionaire is no mean feat. But they're saying it's time now to create something new. It may be an experience, a relationship, a job, or a new career. It may be expanding on what you have in your life already. You are a creative soul yearning to design a life aligned with your highest potential. This all accumulates to create a goal, desire, or end point that you believe will improve your life experience. So, your soul knows what you truly desire, and it will drop hints and ideas that you'll feel as inspirations that move you towards setting a desired goal. So, they're saying, make sure you act on those little inspirations, you know, the flash of inspirations that you get, because that's Spirit's way and your higher self's way of helping you manifest your goals. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. Who else do we have? Let me see. It's 3 a.m. in Phoenix. It is currently 9:10 in Sydney. Okay, let's talk love languages then, Zach. Angelica, it's fine. You don't have to block. Only like really rude comments. So like don't. I just want to make your life easier as well. I'm not easily offended. So just so you know. But in answer to Zach's question. It's a really good question. I think it's changed. His question was, what's one way that someone can seduce me? And I'm thinking about the book by Robert Greene, The Art of Seduction. I highly recommend that book. But let's talk love languages. So there's 5. There's words of affirmation. There's physical touch, there's acts of service, there's gift giving, and there is quality time. I hate admitting this because it's you know, betraying the fact that I am susceptible to love bombing, let's put it that way. And that's a huge tool in the arsenal of narcissists. If someone shows me a lot of attention, because quality time is my love language, it's my number one. I am a bit of a sucker for love bombing. But really, who isn't? Like, when someone is showering you with a lot of attention and like makes you their focus, and they put you up on a pedestal, it's very hard to resist that. So yes, you can have more than one love language. So the goal is to be good at all five, you know, demonstrating love in a balanced way across all five of the love languages. But emotional intelligence dictates that you should know what you prefer in terms of how you want someone to demonstrate their love for you, but also you should take a look at yourself in the mirror and go, what two love languages am I really good at? Because if you can be honest with yourself about those things, you're less likely to be in a relationship that's incompatible with you. Because look at me. My love languages are quality time and physical, which kind of sucks because if one's missing, so is the other. But it means that I'm never going to be happy in maybe a long distance relationship or with someone who works, that travels for work, you know, someone who's like, I don't know, a FIFO worker, a fly in, fly out, because obviously I'm not going to have any consistent quality time with that person, and there's going to be a bit of a lack of physical affection as well. So yeah, am I boring you with my stuff? I was here to read for you guys. Yeah, just, it's not possible to be amazing at all five, but like, just it's a goal, you know, strive to be good at all five. Okay. You're welcome, Angelica. I hope it helps. Okay. All right, let's get back into readings. Sherry says feminine Gemini have separated from a situationship. Ooh, yes, I know how that feels. I punish myself with a ton of painful memories. Okay, let's get you some advice, shall we? I'm going to use my general deck, which does include love advice in there as well. Let's do Sherry the Gemini. Angels and Spirit, please show me, what does Sherry need to see? What is Sherry's guidance? I brought all these new decks to use tonight and I haven't even really dusted them off. Okay. Spirit is saying take yourself away from your usual environment, okay? Because I feel like it's going to be harder to break the cycle and break the addiction and break the attachment so long as you keep doing the same routine, okay? So this is why, thank you for the donation. I'll be with you in a moment. You've got this card that says you need an interruption from what's going on in your life. So you need to get off the merry-go-round of Leo avoidant male. Do yourself a favor, go for a short trip. If you can't afford an extravagant holiday, just go away for the weekend. Divert your mind by giving back. You know, I feel like you need to restore your faith in love, because I feel like after 5 years of this exhausting situationship, you've almost given up on finding a healthy relationship. So the way to restore your faith in love and in humanity is actually to love more and be generous towards others, and then they reflect that back to you, so long as you're not, you know, giving to the wrong people. And also you see how people light up because of your good deeds. So, you know, I love this card for you. You need an interruption from what's going on in your life. Divert your mind by giving back. And okay, they're saying just take one step at a time. Just take day by day. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for you. Now, who has paid for a reading? Let's have a look. We've got Lance. Love is tricky as a Scorpio. Don't I know it? You're preaching to the converted here. We like deep connection. How do the guides feel about the new life path of creativity and teaching? Ooh, I like it. What deck do I want to use for you? I want to use the spirit messages to start. All right, what does Lance need to see? Okay. I love this new life path for you, but it is going to require you to go with the flow, which Scorpios sometimes struggle to do because we're a fixed sign. And think about fixed water. We're essentially a bog, you know, like we're like, it's hard to shift things. So going with the flow is kind of not our forte, but this card says learn to ride the waves of life. When faced with difficult times, you can either fight against the current or go with it. So ask yourself what is to be gained by depleting your energy and fighting against it. Don't do that to yourself. You got self-awareness is key. Lucky Scorpios generally are self-aware. So whenever you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, they're saying go within and spend time with your soul. Go for a walk in nature and ground yourself. Meditate, listen to your favorite music. Whatever you enjoy most, do that. You came here to evolve and grow. It's necessary to experience the difficult times because that is when you grow the most. And don't Scorpios know that? Like if there's any star sign in the zodiac that knows that, it's Scorpio. But there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Be proud of your journey. You are so much closer to a powerful breakthrough than you realize. You've been praying for things to heal, new opportunities to appear, relationships to improve, and these prayers will be answered soon. You've also got a card that says these difficult times will pass. So I do feel like Scorpio has had it rough for a while. Like I'm talking a 5-year cycle of crap. Let's just say that. But I don't know how much you've seen on the internet, on social media, but Scorpio is on the top of the food chain for 2026. I don't know what it is because I'm not an astrologer, but it's like our luck is about to turn for the better. Thank the Lordy. I feel like the year of the horse is going to be kind to us. The sun will shine again, the birds will sing, and the clouds are clearing. So you'll soon be rewarded for your patience. Hold on, you are far stronger than you think. So those cards all kind of fell out at the same time, and I take them when they do that because I feel like that is definitely your message. Let me see. I want to use a new deck on you, but I just don't know which one. I'm drawn. Okay, they just showed me this deck. When I say they, I mean my guides, whoever I channel when I do these readings, okay? I don't know if you've been hiding like a hermit for a while, but they're wanting you to get out more and allow yourself to be seen. What does Lance need to see, please, Spirit? What does Lance need to see? What does Lance need to see? Secret garden. What aspects of yourself require patience and cultivation? What needs to be nurtured for growth? Interesting. Does that resonate with you? That's not really a deck I normally go for, but I go with where they tell me to go. Let me just... Which deck? Do you have another question? And that will help me pick another deck for you. Lance says it has been difficult. The shift happened a few days ago. Ooh, that's good. Zach, you don't have to agree with everything I say. One thing about me is I don't profess to know everything, you know? I'm just going to see if Lance has another question. I taught myself the tarot, and I think it took me about 2 years to be like fully confident with it. But I'm the type of person that throws myself into the deep end, and maybe not 2 years, maybe a year, 18 months. I was passionate about it. I was really wanting to know all that I could about the tarot, and then it's like you just wake up one day and the penny just drops, and cards that you found difficult to understand, you just get it. Like, it's kind of strange. I do know about astrology. It all started with an interest in astrology. So I studied astrology, and that was a really good groundwork, because I don't think you can really understand the tarot cards without at least an intermediate knowledge of astrology, okay? Thank you, Cedric. I don't have a pet kangaroo. No, Robbie, I don't. But, you know, my aunt and uncle live in like a semi-rural area of Brisbane, and they have so many kangaroos running around in their backyard. It's crazy. So it's actually true that does happen here, but I live in the city, so we don't have kangaroos running around in the city. Hi, Rosa. All right, so love. Okay, you want to know about love, Lance? Okay, so Lance, let me have a look at the singles and relationship oracle cards, and then my own love deck that I created, okay? Oh, cute. Scorpio Phoenix. Bryce, you're funny. Okay, let's have a look. Lance, what does Lance need to see regarding love? What does Lance need to see? What does Lance need to see about love? This is so Scorpio. It's like funny. Hi, Rusty. Lance, you find it hard to open up and communicate. We've got not talking. It says you aren't communicating your needs clearly. You need to discuss how you feel. Scorpios have a reputation of being secretive. I don't feel like we mean to be secretive, and people find us difficult to read. So that's why I'm getting that this card is coming out. But then I feel like there's a pattern that goes on for you where you may get too serious too soon and it fizzles out. Or one of you gets scared and runs the other way. So maybe you just want to pace yourself a little bit when it comes to love. And I know it's really hard as a Scorpio, because once we decide we're into someone, we just want to get the early stages of getting to know you over and done with. We want to live in each other's pockets. We want to engulf the other person. That's just how we are wired, I guess. You know, we're intense. But this card is saying you get too serious too soon. Get to know each other before committing fully. Okay. Koalas. Yeah, you know what? I'm a koala in primal astrology, which many people don't know about primal astrology. It's combining Western and Eastern astrology. So you know how like it's year of the snake. So whatever year you are in Chinese astrology, you combine that with your Western sign, so Libra, Scorpio, whatever, and then you get your primal sign, I'm a koala, so I'm a Scorpio rabbit or cat. You know, it's really weird. Year of the rabbit, for some Eastern cultures, the rabbit is a cat. So I've got a bit of an identity crisis going. Like Susan White is a really famous astrologer, and she says it's a cat. So I'm a Scorpio cat, according to Susan White. Lee, no, Pisces are very intuitive. They know what's going on, but they're dreamers. So sometimes they can, they just need to come back down to earth sometimes, you know? Scorpio Phoenix, I'll be right with you. I just want to get back to Lance because Lance paid, and I just want to make sure I've answered Lance. I also feel like, Lance, you tell yourself that there are no good ones left. Like, I want you to be conscious of the stories that you're telling yourself. There is someone out there for you. Don't let this false belief make you miss out. That's a tough one. Yeah, we want to consume each other. Yeah. My new rule is to know each other through 4 seasons. That's a great policy. I reckon you could do it before 4 seasons. My advice to you would be, after, I don't know, a reasonable amount of time of, you know, getting to know the other person, go on a trip. That's what Charlie Kirk said. You know, best way of getting to know someone really is by, you know, both being out of your comfort zones, both potentially facing things that don't go right when you're traveling. I don't know. I think that that's a really good policy. So try it out. But let me see when you can expect. I'm talking with a bit of a lisp because I have a really, really sore mouth ulcer going on at the moment. It hurts to talk. So let's see, when can Lance expect to meet someone with relationship potential? When can Lance expect to meet someone with relationship potential, please? I'm getting soon. Like, the cards are saying quite imminent. Sorry, I'm just signing back into PayPal in case I don't want to miss anyone that has paid for a reading. All right. Let's see. I keep seeing by the end of the week, which is, wow. Let's see, angels and spirit, please show me. I've got next couple of days, so something's imminent. And I want you to come back and update me, please. Rosa, what's your question for me? You're funny. Boxing for Naz. Thank you, Dustin. Thank you, Tony. Now, let's see. Mark says, just a general question for my career in visual arts, filmmaking. Okay, amazing. Let's have a look. We're going to use the success cards for you, Mark. So how can Mark maximize his success in filmmaking? You know, back in the day, like when I was thinking about what I should study at university, I always wanted to do media arts and production because I always wanted to be on the other side of the camera, you know, doing like casting. I'm a creative like you, but I wasn't always that great with technology. And I just don't feel like I was meant to do that degree, so it just didn't happen. Plus, you needed really high marks. Like, I got high marks. I was quite academic, but that course was super competitive. You've got community. It says communities function best and are most durable when they're helping members to be more successful in some way in a connected and dynamic world. So I feel like the people you choose to surround yourself with, I want you to pick a team. Like, filmmaking is so complex and there's so many moving parts. You need good sound people, you need good lighting people, you need good talent, casting. So I feel like that's a big one for you. The card is saying, as the young generations increasingly desire connection and care about activism, a cornerstone for many businesses has become building community around their brands. Doing so yields many benefits, including customer loyalty, referrals, and volunteer labor. But so the card is also talking about how you can reward participation and cooperation. I feel like when you have completed a project, your community might be integral to how well the project is received, how it's marketed. So maybe you need some like a bit of a fan base happening. That's a community. Angels and Spirit, please show me, what does Mark need to see to maximize his success? Ooh, this is a good one. You've got elevator pitch. So it says, if you're going to err on the side of simplicity, assume that you have a very brief time to make an impression. Yeah, people's attention spans these days are almost non-existent. If you don't capture someone's attention in like 10 seconds, they're on to the next TikTok reel. Do you know what I mean? So they're saying prepare a 20-second pitch as though it's all the time that you have to sell someone on your business, because most often, or on your idea, because most often that's all the time that you'll get. What are the main things people care to know about your project or your business? Who can you practice pitching to and get good feedback from? And then, importantly, you've got exit strategy. I feel like sometimes we just need to know when to cut our losses and move on. Sometimes our projects are going to not get the outcome that we were hoping for. They're not going to be as well received as we were hoping. We kind of need to know when to drop that ball and start on a new idea. So that's what I'm getting from this card. I hope that was helpful. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Angelica. That really helps me. Rose's question is my son having luck with his new project? You're welcome, Mark. Okay, is my son having luck with his new project? Let me see. Rosa, if you could actually just send me a heart, just to help me. Oh, there you are. Don't worry, I've got your comment. It just helps me connect to your energy. Is my son having luck with his new project? Okay, let's see. How is this project going? Oh, I do think he's having luck. So we've got the World card. So the World card talks about accomplishment. Coming full circle. It kind of looks like someone on a screen. So I feel like it's saying your son's going to receive recognition. And it could take him places. I mean, the World card can talk about travel. So I feel like this project may open up doors. Like that actually even looks like a portal. I feel like the project will open up doors for your son. Let's see. But I feel like your son's going to be more successful, generally speaking. So, this project aside, the more he enjoys the creative process, because I just saw the Devil card. Sometimes, when we get too hung up on how much money are we going to make, when we get too hung up on the material side of things, we stray, we go off path, we go off track. So I feel like, he needs to stay focused on what he's here to do, like the message, the important message he was born to share with the world. He needs to stay true to his values. and maintain integrity. You know, that's what I mean. When I see the Devil card, it can't all just be about materialism, you know. You're welcome. Thank you, Tony. General advice for a Cap. So is Goddess Val still here? Goddess Val. Oh, sorry, Goddess Val. Wait a sec. I did promise Scorpio Phoenix. Let's have a look. It's so interesting because I haven't done a Scorpio reading lately. I'm overdue to do a Scorpio reading on the channel, and I hope to do one tonight if I'm not too tired after this. And I feel like Scorpios are attracting people at the moment who start off as friends, or it has to kind of, like, the friendship foundation needs to be there. That seems to be a bit of a focus at the moment. So I'm not surprised if you're getting mixed messages from someone, wondering if they've friend zoned you, or, you know, what their true intentions are. That kind of makes sense to me. Let's see, what is Leo's true intentions towards Scorpio Phoenix? Ooh, Two of Cups. Just bear with me because I just saw a little bit of a red flag here. Do you do better financially than this Leo person? It doesn't Spirit please show me. I feel like this person has some control issues. It's like they want you, but on their terms. Let me know if that makes sense to you. Show me, what does Scorpio Phoenix need to see about this Leo? There he is there, the King of Wands. I feel like he's going through a bit of a transition in his life. And it might have, you know, had some financial... He might have suffered financially as a result of whatever this transition is. Maybe he's divorcing or something. Just bear with me, I'm going to get one more card. Yeah, I feel like he's going through a divorce or separation. I feel like you have more to offer this relationship. So don't overcompensate wherever he might be lacking, okay? Because that's what I'm getting. There's that Five of Swords again, and it's come out next to the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is a card about balanced give and take. You can see the scales of justice there, but you can see one person doing the giving to these two beggars. I'm worried that he's going to allow you to do all of the investing in this, whether it's investing of your time, money, resources, and you're really not going to get too much back. And I just feel like it's how he's placed at the minute, because we've got the Three of Wands next to the Seven of Wands. It's like he's waiting for things to resolve in his life. This could be a divorce. And I don't want you to be like a convenience for this person. You know, like you're too good for that. Just let me get an oracle message. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with some of these messages. What does Scorpio Phoenix need to see regarding this Leo? What does Scorpio Phoenix need to see? They're saying stay true to yourself and don't settle for anything less than what is best for your soul. Don't turn to that which cannot truly support or nourish you to meet your needs. So I just feel like his circumstances are such that he can't really show up for you in the way that you want. And you've got, if you want to grow, you need to think carefully about who you spend your time with. We can't afford to be around people who drag us down or lower our self-esteem. So you might feel like you have to jump through hoops to get this Leo's attention. And that could speak to what you need to heal in terms of inner child wounds, or maybe hurts, previous hurts from past relationships. Let's see, I'm just going to get one message from this deck. What does Scorpio Phoenix need to see? It's not to say that there's no potential here, but I feel like you're going to have to play this quite smart. You know, you need to communicate to him that you've got standards. If he just feels like the only option, you know, he's going to lose respect and you're going to become a bit of a doormat rather than a dreamboat. And Spirit is saying always say less than necessary, because powerful people impress and intimidate by saying less. The more you say, the more likely you are. The more you say, the more likely you are to say something foolish. So I want you to keep this guy guessing, okay? Because I feel like at the moment he's treating you as a bit of an option. Do I feel like there's a long-term potential between the two of you? Not really. Because I feel like he's a little bit self-absorbed. Whether it's because of what's going on in his life or he's just normally self-absorbed, I'm not quite sure. Okay, let's see. Who have we got? I do like boxing, you know. Alex says join mixed martial arts. I used to box a lot. I used to be really fit. I'm not so much now. Let me see. Hello from Las Vegas. Okay. I don't know what you mean by what's the Cancer male going to do now that I'm serious about justice? I don't know what that means. I did promise someone. Can you let me know who it was? So it was someone before Scorpio Phoenix. They're probably gone now. Goddess Val. Goddess Val, can you repeat your question for me? Hey Haley, I do like mini free readings, but I give a lot of time to people that do pay via PayPal or Super Chat. Okay. No, I'm not Muslim. Do I look Muslim? I'm sorry. Let me just see. Goddess Val wants general advice for a cap. Okay, let's see. What does Goddess Val need to see, please? What does Goddess Val need to see? does Goddess Val need to see? I'm going to use my new deck on you. That really profound one. So, just bear with me. One more shuffle for Val. Let me see. Okay. You've got, even if a situation is causing you pain and appears to be under the control of another person, use your spiritual power to free yourself. You're being helped to release a tendency to self-sabotage through ignoring your intuition and needs. You know, when we always put other people's needs above our own, not only will they exploit that and disrespect you and take your lead, like they will believe that their needs are more important than yours. Not only are you kind of betraying yourself and communicating to other people that they don't need to respect you, it can cause illness because of like this imbalance in your relationships, in your self-sacrifice. It can create like spiritual, emotional, and physical blockages. So that's why the next card says, we're used to seeing illness as a disaster and trying to get rid of it, but illness can signal that we're going in the wrong direction. Because when we go through pain and suffering, we have to realize the mistakes that we've made. So physical and spiritual suffering helps us to clear the subconscious. A suffering person becomes more spiritual. So if you are suffering through illness at the moment, it's probably because you're leaking your precious life force energy to someone else. Like you are relinquishing your power to someone. So take your power back, okay? Free yourself from this situation that's depleting you. Yeah, look, you've got, don't allow someone to shoot down in flames an idea that you feel strongly about. Claim your right to live your life as you choose, and don't lose hope when faced with obstacles or opposition. Stay determined. So I feel like you are putting someone else before yourself. Angels and Spirit, please show me, what does Goddess Val need to see? What does Goddess Val need to see? Oh my gosh. Wow. I can't make this up. So we've got 100 cards in this deck, and I happen to get this card that says, the constant intention to please leaves you in a cage of scarcity, but if you meet each person as the peculiar and rare brood of particles that you are, you may come to rest in the abundance of being witnessed. So stop putting other people first to your own detriment, okay? So I hope that was helpful. All right, guys, I'm going to end it now because I'm starting to get a bit tired, but thank you all for joining. If you missed out on a reading, don't worry, I come back and do these regularly, all right? So make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I will be back probably on the weekend. Take care of yourself. Bye.